What's going on, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are we all doing on this fine Tuesday? Hopefully, you're all doing well. As always, I'd like to welcome everyone to the stream. Hope you all had a great week so far. Just to disclose information as soon as we start. Unless there is a complete opportune entry here, we're not going to be taking any trades today. We're just going to be observing, giving you guys possible scenarios for this coming trading session. And of course, we're going to be discussing some of the points of the US election. So join us on this live stream on election day. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. And of course, hit that like button if you're not already a subscriber. Drop us a little subscribe. So, first things first. We have on the MyFX books 50 minutes, according to this, until the presidential election. I am not the one to know exactly when that is, or when the election is, so I'm just going to confirm this. Okay, so the first poll clues is... Oh, okay, alright, okay, alright. Ignore what I'm saying then. I thought we were going to have a little bit more of a volatile start to today. Okay, well, still, same thing applies. Unless we have a lovely entry given, we're just going to be sitting and observing. The reason I say this is because we won't actually know until early hours. So, remember what our biases are for the pairs that we have? Our biases are long for Euro, short for GU. We have a couple of other pairs, for example, that we haven't actually marked up at all. We had this trade on Thursday evening, I think it was, Thursday afternoon, yeah. AU that were also biased for short, I believe. Yeah. So we're just going to mark up some potential moves here and what we're expecting for today. So in terms of what we have for the presidential election, what are your guys' thoughts? I'd love to know what you guys think are going to happen. So our bias is bearish on AU. So we're looking for a point of relevance to be able to follow that move down. Remember, we're looking for money in, which we have. And then we're looking for money out. Fine, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Hope you're well. It's been a while, my man. Did you get my DMs? I cannot confirm that. Let me see. Ah, I've only just seen them. Apologies for that. Oh, that was like last week as well. Apologies, mate. No, I literally have only just seen those. As soon as I'm off the live, I'll respond to you. So we've got the first few waves of testing that have happened on the bot principles and the bot rule sets. As it stands, with a relatively simple rule set and a simple principle, we have, on average, 6% per month. So that's on one pair. 6% per month per pair. The average drawdown per month is around 2%. So in terms of risk to reward as a whole, you're looking at around 3, which is pretty good. So that's not bad at all. So what we're looking at here, looking for price to sell through the lows. Then if you think about the bot principle as a whole, stack the multiples on top of each other for the overall outcome. Is the way to look at it. Our bias is long here. Based off that, so we took this high. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this down here. Okay, so we have taken this. Now that gap there is a gap present here. Bring this on. There is a gap present right here, but that is too small for us to take that into consideration. Far too small. So if we remain around this kind of area, okay, and we don't expand too far down or too far up, then we can still follow any volatility that comes in to give us space, right? We can still look to do that. So Euro A, this is the open on Sunday. This low has only just been met. So we're looking at what price is doing. Why is it looking to go higher? Sorry, not why is it looking, but why are we looking to go higher? Well, if you just look at the clear principles here, we have liquidity across these highs. Okay, clear liquidity across the highs. We have price beginning to slow down in its momentum. We know there's liquid sitting at the base of this low because it's an open low. We also know that these lows also have liquidity sitting at them, as they are the lows of the 4-hour trending move, right? We have to have money in to create the trend itself. There is no money in without trend. And so we're looking at the liquidity across these highs. We're looking at this liquid low being taken, this liquid low, this liquid low. So it would be, they're your potential areas. Okay, so we're just gonna set an alert on. Get the Asia session on here. Gonna get an alert on this. Bullish gap per bar close. That's 100. For everyone that knows. We opened up this gap right here. So we're now looking for this low to become the target for the next move down, right? Continue that push. So if we go over to the 4-hour time frame, notice what we're doing here. The same thing that we showed you on Euro A. We're generating liquidity across highs, which we've marked. So if we run into here, we take that out, we can then begin to look at the liquidity that inevitably will be gathered across the lows. Okay. Now, think about it. Even if our bias is incorrect, okay, so to give you an idea, last time we made a bearish gap. From here, we went bearish for 1 to 2 days. Okay, so 2 days of bearish price action. From here, we created a bearish gap and went bearish for 2 days. And then reverse it and put it into the bullish context. From here, we created that gap. We went bullish for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Again, it's going to follow over, right? So let's say that this gap here is this gap that we're at right now. We could see a full sell-off through the election confirmation kind of week, if you were. Again, don't take my word for it. Go and backtest this principle. Learn the principle from the Keep It Simple series. You can find that in the Pips F Society YouTube channel. If you go over to the YouTube channel and find it. Learn the principle and test it for yourself. So from here, this gap right now has formed. So we are looking for price to go bearish. Now, I would almost guarantee that there is a ton of buyers down here. A ton. Now, probability is that if our bias is incorrect and price action is going to go bullish, there will not be entries at these highs because it's acting in a different way. Now, by that, what I mean is, if you're looking at price action in this principle, okay, so we have a directional bias of up, and we have liquid causing that move down, okay, so that move here is this move, right? If our bias is technically down, but the true move is going to be up, so our bias is wrong, if you were. When price gets to these levels, it often will not give us that reaction. It will more likely just push through. So it will put it into an area where we're not going to be able to trade from it anyway, even if it does give a gap. It's only going to be able to trade from it if it gives us a gap at the point we want to see. So it has relevance behind the principle, right? So keeping the same thing in mind, often if you're going to be correct in the bias, it's going to be the other way around. So if you have those points of liquidity, price action will come to these points and it will actually deliver because it's reinitiating those sell side orders. It's bringing price action back into the alignment that it should be, which is the trending move, in this case, down. But we can be wrong, and there are scenarios when you will take a trade and it won't be correct. You know, it just doesn't work like that. You know, that's not the way that price action runs. What's going on, Martin? Hope you're doing well. Love your drawings. Thanks, mate. What can I say? I'm Picasso. Big hug from Barcelona. Big hug to you, my man. Appreciate it. Hope you're all good. We need some sunshine. That's what we need. We need some sunshine. It is dismal. Horrible weather here. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, so liquidity. I mean, we could pretty much call that 1 point of liquid, couldn't we? Let's be honest. So all those points of liquid. So look at what we're doing. We're looking for that sweep, run, sweep, run, sweep, run. Giving us X as the point to target. We just had bloody floods here. I know, yeah, I saw that, my dude. I hope everyone's well on your end. Hope the family and everyone's well. Sending my best wishes out to you, my mate. Hopefully you weren't affected too badly by it. I know obviously it's hard for me to know because I don't understand the scale of the floods or where it took place. So yeah, I hope everything's good on your end, my man. 1 second, guys. I've just got a phone call to take. Right, apologies, guys. That was my buddies in Kuwait. So we got to take that call. How are we all doing? Right. Apologies, Martin. Where are you at right now? Any thoughts on USD Chef? We will get to USD Chef. We had minor floods in our town that I live in. Well, as long as everything's everything's good on your end. That's the main thing. Yeah, so as long as you're well, that's the main thing, my man, which is good. So we got our alert set on NAS. Let's just get over to UChef. So UChef, we are still bullish on this. Let's just wipe it off, shall we? Should we just start afresh? So we're still bullish on this. If we look at the points on the daily time frame, liquid low with a previous liquid high sweep. Okay. Right. Like that. As well as these daily low sweeps within here. Now we're not going to mark up all of these because we know they've been swept. So we're just going to mark the lowest point. Okay, so you can see in here there's some internal lows. Mark up the lowest point so we can reference that liquidity has been taken. Now, something to keep in mind is that we're bias long here, but we're also bias short on GU, but we're also biased long on EU still. So there is some clashing of biases here, which is fine. It doesn't have to be compliant across all pairs. Not always are you going to see that uniformity of pairs moving. Now, coming down to the 4-hour time frame, so we can actually put this as liquidity taken, the same as that. Okay, so liquid taken. So now we come down into the lower time frames, you can start to see where the pools of liquid sit. Because you see the 4-hour lows gathering up on the left-hand side here. Now, as I've said before, if you aren't aware of the methodology behind the system we use, then just go and watch the Keep It Simple series and you will, I can promise you now, you will walk away looking at the charts differently. Whether it's negative or good is going to be down to the way you trade already. But I can almost guarantee you will have a positive result by watching that and actually focusing in on what is happening there. So if we get our long move, there's a couple things that we would expect to happen. And one of those is for this gap here to be filled. So we have inefficiencies above price currently, which we can begin to use as targets. Now, of course, we're not just going to target inefficiencies. We have to target clear liquid highs. So we would have target 1, target 2, target 3. Okay, so we can mark these up as targets. Why is this down here? Cool. And that's what we're looking at with this. So it's very, very simple. Now, remember, it is election day. There is potential for some volatility. Now, we are sort of looking at the latter end of the day. So until we at least hit New York, I'm not really too worried about seeing any crazy moves occur. So this is what I'm looking at for you, Chef Martin. I'm looking for sweep out of the lows. Now we can start targeting our highs. Potentially. If we don't react here, we're looking down lower, but of course that's quite a stretch. That's what we'll be looking at there. Long bias is still in play. Let's go over to UJ. UJ is similar here, because we actually had an entry yesterday, didn't we? Which was a run of this 4-hour low and Asia low. It gave us an entry point here and a stop level here. That trade is still running. Not that trade, but that movement in price is still running. So remember what this is. When we have a liquid low in an upward trending scenario taken, it's a transfer of liquidity into the newly created low. Once the visibility of this liquidity becomes apparent, you are looking at a transfer of liquidity from one point to another point. There will be an area above that price is looking to take this investment to. Now, generally, you're going to reference a higher point of liquidity, and you're going to aim for a high. In this case, you can see that it is barely matching that gap high. So there is still a pretty big void here. We'll be looking for price to run up to these highs here. Now, exactly the same as the entry that wasn't triggered in here. If price action reaches targets like that before your entry is given, then you're not going to take it because the transfer has already happened without your point of entry being met. Now, keeping in mind, this is still in play. So the transfer from this point here to the area wants to drop off this liquid is still happening. We can only reference off of the stuff we have here. Okay, and what we have here is the low that's in place, and the previous low that's in place as well. You know, I'm actually going to swap these around. So if we decide, well, not if we don't decide, but if the markets decide to come down, take out these lows. Give me that pen. There we go. Come down and take out these lows. Then we can begin to re-establish the transfer of liquidity from these lows into a potential new low. Right? So it's always going to be the same principle, working over and over and over and over. And if we don't get down to here, so this is the beauty of this, we don't get to here, right? Where are we going? Well, we're going here. So then our bias was correct and the entry was given here, we just didn't take it. Right? So remember, there's only two scenarios. Price either gets to the point you want to buy or sell it from, or it gets to the point you would have closed your profits at. Simple as that. There's no way for it to go any other way. It has to hit one of those points. You're either wrong and price just travels through your entry point, or you're right, price gets up to here, or you're lucky and you get a trade. And maybe it gives you a partial and then comes back on you, or maybe it goes full to the target. You know, there's only two directions price can travel in. So don't overcomplicate things in terms of looking at, you know, any, well, not any, but every element within price. So Euro, super clean in terms of what we have. And again, you don't have to mark all these up. You know, I'm just marking them so you guys can visibly see them. Liquidity across these lows. Each point holds its own point of relevance. And we can use those as reference. And we have liquidity stored above these highs and at our target high. So if we run into the lows and we transfer from a low to a new high, then we will hopefully be able to catch that long move out of there. So you can see we've got alerts set. Remember, guys, you're watching me do this. If you trade any of these pairs, mark down what I'm showing you, take a note of what I'm saying, or If you don't want to follow what I'm showing you, head over to the Keep It Simple series, watch it, and you'll be able to do it yourself. Easy. Literally, I'm not saying trading's easy. That is something that is very misconstrued within the market and the trading industry as a whole. I'm not saying it's super easy. I'm not saying that the market isn't randomized to some way, to some level, but knowing that you have a data-given edge is going to be able to provide you with results over a long period of time, not a short period, not a day, not a month, but months of trading consistently and following a rule set. And this is why we're building a bot, because it eliminates you as the element of weakness within the system. When we apply a system, we always have 3 things that we need to make sure that we are acting correctly within. We have the analysis, we have the execution, and we have the management. Those 3 points are always going to change depending on how you feel in the day. Unless you are the most disciplined trader in the world, which 90% of people aren't. I can even turn around and say that some days I'm not the most disciplined, but I have learnt to not trade on the days that I can't follow my rules. That's the difference, right? So if you have a bot in between, you have you and a bot, the bot is going to follow those data rules and the statistics and what it should be doing every single day, 365, 7 days a week, right? 24 hours a day. It doesn't matter. The bot has no feelings. It has no need to sleep. It doesn't need to eat. It just executes on positions. So keeping the same mindset and the same mind frame, when people ask me what my opinion is on a pair and I say, I'm going to buy from down here and I want it to go up, and then some people are like, well, and that's it. And I'm like, well, why do I need to elaborate more? If we get down here, I'm going to buy. Simple as that. People want more of a heartfelt opinion based off of something, when in reality we need to be as ruthless and as cold as possible as in these markets, because they don't give a fuck about you. So you should really be just as cold on the other end of it. And I've said this before and I'll say it again, the markets are not a friendly place to be. They're not a good like environment to be in for long periods of time. It can really make you feel bad and make you feel negative, especially when the market's going against you. That's why I always say the simpler the system, the more efficiently it can be applied, because as humans, we find things hard. So adding complexity makes it even worse. Okay, so we've got an alert set on this. We're just gonna wait for that to move. Again, we're still pushing bullish up through the highs here on UJ. Not UJ, sorry, AU. Just gotta get the office front door, 1 second. Oh yeah, we got a little package delivered to the office this morning, guys. We have some business cards. Yes, we do. We have a lot of people in my day-to-day life that ask for a business card. They ask for contact information. So we have some business cards. Let's see how they have come out. Now, we did get them from Vistaprint, so I'm interested to see how they've come out. Not too sad. Not too sad. Once. Okay, I mean, I'm relatively happy with those. Pretty good. Cool. What's going on, Dave? Welcome. Or David, sorry. Hey, what's your trading strategy? How do you know when to make a trade? So, honestly, the easiest way for me to, without boring everyone else in the live stream, the easiest way for me to explain it is you wait for big money to come into the market. Okay, so for example, you see the money out scenario, which is going to be a space given within the market, and then you see money come in. Now, depending on what your bias is, if your bias is up, you will trade at the point of this money coming back in. Now, if you want to really understand it, like with a full in-depth understanding, head over to the Keep It Simple playlist on our YouTube homepage. So if you go Pip Surfing Society on YouTube, and you'll see the Keep It Simple 1 to 5. Watch it from part 1 to part 5. Don't skip any of the parts. The reason I say this is they're not long videos. They're very, relatively short videos, and you will get a full understanding of every single element that you see on my charts. But we're always looking for higher time frame bias given by a larger gap, and then we're looking for liquidity to be collected by that institute. In other words, price to trade to an area where stop losses are sitting, and then we trade in the trend direction. So like this, for example, we are bearish on GU. We're waiting for it to interact with this point or this point, and we're going to look to sell that down into the lows provided. So yes, that is the simple way of doing it. But if you head over to the Keep It Simple series and you watch that, I can promise you now you'll walk away with a different mindset and a different view of the market. And if you're not already, David, part of the Discord community, then click the link down below and you can join the Discord community where we have other members that are actually using this system as well. So you can converse with them, show them your work. And of course, once you know the system, you understand it, back test it, and you will see the results for yourself. So at the moment, no alerts going off. We have nothing happening right now. We're just going to let price do its thing. We had this trade yesterday, which was beautiful up to the high there. After we pulled back aggressively here, I didn't think we were going to get to that point. I closed around 85% of my profits out there. We were targeting the high, but it's not looking like it wants to get there. If we come back to the 4 hour now, though, see there that we actually have potential to take this out and run higher. We're going to mark that. We're going to see how that goes. Right, I'm just going to grab a coffee, guys, and I'll be right back with you. Right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. David, got it. Thank you. Of course, no problems, my man. Don't hesitate to ask if you do want to ask any questions. Akram, what's going on? Aggressive push from GU. Yes, there is. Morning. What's going on, Andre? Hope you're well. So, yes, we're now looking. Well, we're not now looking, but we're looking towards these highs being taken out. We've got our alerts set. We have our alert set. It's the same here with GU. And we took out this low. Price gave a conversion of liquid to liquid. And now we're looking to drop this liquidity off. Now we've come above this high. That could be the point it wants to drop off to. Now we don't know where it wants to go to until we start seeing reactions. Come back to the 4 hour. You can start to see that those points that we had, only this short term was the 4 hour. The other ones were hourly internal moves. Remember the plan, the US 30 of taking the liquid lows and heading back up? Yep. Go back, let's have a look. From Keep It Simple series principles. Yeah, that's good, my dude. Love it. Love it. There it is. Nice run down, took the lows, and it's starting to recover. That's good. Excuse me. Love it. Not an asset I trade, but yeah, great work. And this is the beauty of it as well. You know, whether you put it on Dogecoin, whether you put it on, you know, any element, not any element, but any asset class is going to work to some degree. Whether it's going to be consistent long periods of time, I can't say. The reason I say that is because I've only proven the data on pairs that I trade. Look at that. That's very unsightly, isn't it? I haven't even noticed that. Interesting. But that's great. Nice work, Akram. Keep it up, my dude. I think I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold. It's that time of the year, isn't it? It's that time of the year. That's the source. Backtesting with Keep It Simple got me to notice behavior of the assets in reversal. Yeah, that's it, my man. And this is something you're going to start to notice as well, is there's so little to pick up on and follow that you're going to start noticing things just constantly. You're just constantly going to see it and be like, right, I remember this. Just double checking the business cards here. Some of them, the print quality is not great. I thought Vistaprint were meant to be really renowned for what they do, but not too bad. They're not too bad. I mean, obviously they were paid by the company, so. Yeah, some of them just look like they've got a bit of a film grain on them, if you were. By the way, Ross, I'm never ever going back to trade gold again. An evil asset trade. It can be. It can be. Yeah, I mean, where are we at right now, Vit? It's a monster. It is a monster. Where it's sitting right now, we've taken out the 4-hour lows and the 4-hour low here. I mean, you can see that. So whether there was an entry to go long there, which would be counter my bias, I don't know. Let's see. Your entry would be here, technically, if you were trading counter. But it didn't give anything right there. But I'm looking for the highs to be ran, personally. But yeah, it is a bitch. It is a bitch. Although it does give some clean trades. I mean, some of the best entries I've had in the last month or so have been on actually, a couple of the best entries I've had have been on gold. Excuse me. Deleted gold out of my life for good. You sound like you're talking about an ex-partner. I have finally deleted them out of my life. If you look at gold, check the new day open price and gap as reference points to set your discretion. Yeah. So I'm looking at this open price here ultimately as a good level for people to start buying back in, I think, anyway. My bias is to go short, but I think you could be right there, Akram. I think we are looking at possibly longer moves here. Gold is an X. And you're never getting back together, right? I'm going to set an alert on this high and the high above. U-Chef pushing down beautifully here. So we do have actually quite a lot of setups lined up for a little bit later on. Euro's sort of floating in the middle of that range as we spoke about this morning. Euro N is the same. Euro GBP, we're still looking for that low to be ran. GU still can't get up to the high for some reason. GJ, we're biased long on this, right? I trade gold, NQ, and Dow, the three main monsters. Yeah, that's it, dude. They're big movers. They're big movers. But that's why they're good and popular, because they're such big movers. Blocked on all apps. Can't even message me. Oh, trust me, she will. You'll message her, she'll go, hey, look at this. You'll go, oh, okay. I suppose. So just set your alerts at this low point. This is where the liquidity is built. Right in here. This is your little pocket. The pocket. So, I mean, GU have been eyeing this up since yesterday, and it hasn't pushed up enough. What's your thoughts on DAX and how it moves? So let's go over to DAX because I used to be a bit of a DAX lover, to be honest. I used to be a bit of a DAX lover. Where are we? This war still hot. Trump going to win for Republicans? Selling gold? No chance. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. We are only going to execute off of criteria being met, and that again is one of the statistical things that we have to make sure we do, which is perform uniformly, regardless of our thoughts and feelings. Now, the reason for that is because you can literally have, a million and one things saying gold is going to go down or gold is going to go up, but it's all to do with, is your trading system telling you that it's going to go up? Is your trading system telling you it's going to go down? And then you always just follow that. CFD index. Yeah, we'll go CFD. Is that not on here anymore? Wait a minute. DAX 40. DAX 30. Yeah, German 30. Okay, we'll go with the German 40. It's probably the same thing in pricing, I'd imagine. We used to use DAX, but that DAX has been closed down. What exact pair are you using? So we can reference. My opinion on it, though, is that it's a good mover. It's a good mover. I mean, if you have a broker that has a tight spread on it, it's a good mover. It can be very tradable. But in terms of like, let's just run it back here. Yeah, 40. Yes. So what I'm running here. So in terms of what we have for tradability, the probability of it being a good pair to get involved with, like a longer term move, is high because it's almost the same as S&P, right? So is that market closed? No, it's market open. Let's see. Are we able to get the 15-minute down here? Or is it going to go, this point is unavailable? Yeah, like that. Okay, so let's just see if we sweep these lows, we run higher. Okay. Yes, we do. We sweep the lows, we run higher. Okay, cool. That's about as much as I need to see on that. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good, to be honest. That's like, I think that's a fundamental move there, more than likely. But that's clean. Same thing again here. Do we run higher after filling this gap, sweeping that low? Let's see. But we don't in that case. Fine, there's no other lows to reference off. See if we run this low or run this low, go higher. Always moving up. Equal lows. I think I'll have to spend some actual time running with this. The reason I say it is because the system I was using before was a structural based system, and structural based systems always act differently because you're using a lagging version of what you're using now. So ultimately it's going to be different in terms of what you see in active deployment. It's going to be totally different. Oh gosh, I think I'm getting ill. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Less volatility, less wicks in the internal structure. Yeah, on DAX, yeah, it was generally, from what I remember, it was generally pretty good. The reason I walked away from it though was because the spreads, I was with my funded FX, with my first funded account that I had, and they kept changing the broker, and the spread was diabolical one minute, and then it'd be great the next, and then it'd be really bad, and it was like, I can't work with this. There's too much variable. Too much variable in there. All good, Martin? No problem at all, my dude. All good. Just thinking if I have any pairs that I need to actually alert, which I don't think we do. What does everybody actually think? Without 0.6 spread, yeah, I mean that's great. That's great. I was the one that the broker they swapped to and from, and it was all because of the metaphor ban that there was in the US, or the restrictions or whatever it was. I was looking at like 40 points, like 40 points, 100 points. Fucking stupid. Right, without people giving their opinions and without there being any hate, I know you guys are all very neutral minded like myself. You know, you're all very open to opinions and to be wrong and agree and disagree. But what does everybody believe? Not what do you want, not what you want to happen with the US election. What do you think is going to happen? So again, it's not what we believe, or not. Sorry, it's what we believe is going to happen, not what we want to happen. I personally want Trump to win because I think he's a better businessman, and the country needs to be run by a businessman, not by somebody that people like the ideology of. But I think that there is going to be the same result as we had last election, which I think will be catastrophic across the board, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. Again, it's not about what I believe, what I want. It's about what I believe is going to happen. So let me know what you think. I would love to hear your opinion. Again, this is not a politics channel. We're not here to talk about politics. I just want to hear what you guys watching, your opinions are. I would love to hear them. And as always, we will be open-minded, whether you want something or you don't want something. You know, we're all here to talk about the same thing. We're all here to be realistic. And of course, you don't have to. There's no obligation. You don't have to. Okay, we just want to get on here. Let's see. I may actually go back to DAX and just have a little look. Where is it? Did it not add? Oh, it's there. Do. Yeah. Brilliant. Go back to. Alright, so bias for this is currently short. But at the same time, it's already been this is the third day after the gap has been created, so there is potential for a new gap to open up, but we'll see. If we're short bias, then we're going to look for those highs. So in this case, we have an extreme high equal highs, and then we have our most recent high. Now, this high is only going to be relevant if this candle manages to close below that point. Tricky one. I think Cameron's going to win, not going to lie. Yeah, I think she'll win as well. Whether she wins legit or whether it's a diddled result, I don't know. And again, I'm not saying that because of my bias. I'm saying that because there's literal data to prove that it happened last time. So why is it not going to happen again? I know it's out of context, but could I trouble you for a quick look at okay, hello? Yes. I'm in long since $20.14. I believe has potential, but the price is overbought, and that stresses me out a bit. Okay, so I believe I already have the asset here, right? This is it. I wouldn't say that's overbought, to be honest. I would say that's relatively a good point to be in. So daily bias, you'll be happy to know, is up for me anyway. Don't think there's a low there. So, as it stands, this is actually a pretty good place to be in. If you're in the 20, you said 2014. It's actually a pretty good place to be in right now. Are you? I take it you're holding spot, right, rather than a leveraged position. Obviously, you don't have to disclose that information. Don't feel like you have to. What's your thoughts on Euro 8? I will show you that in a second, Andre. Not a problem. Trump, let's go. If it really matters. Yeah, this is what I've always said, you know. Left wing, right wing. I can't even speak. That's how much it doesn't matter. Left wing, right wing, they're all part of the same bird. You know, it's really it is what it is at the end of the day. I think there's always going to be an overseeing power, which is the asset holders, and the asset holders are, as you say, the big companies like BlackRock, Vanguard. You know, those companies own everything. They probably this is the fucked up thing, right? They probably own the companies that count the ballots. So the fact that they're even, you know, that intertwined with the process is messed up. They probably own the companies that count the papers, which is insane. So, John, welcome. Hope you're well. She seems to have momentum, but I believe the better companies still have Trump to win. Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one to say, isn't it? It's really a difficult one to say. I mean, there's a couple of places that I'm a bit confused about that I don't really understand. Well, I kind of see it is kind of inevitable. Well, not. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying now at this point. There is a couple of states that I'm struggling to see that would be voting one way rather than the other, like Texas, for example. Obviously, I'm not an economist or a fundamentalist. I don't know the way that the American mind works, but I struggle to see Texas voting strong for Kamala when ultimately they almost stand against everything that sort of Texas as a state stands for. You know, the government almost set up an internal civil war when the whole border thing was going on. That in itself, seems to me that, I don't know, but it's one of those things. So what I would recommend, Martin, by the way, sorry for getting off track there. What I would recommend is holding out for now. Again, this is not financial advice. You know this. Just a look. I would hold out for now. The reason for that is because if you look at the way we've been bullish, 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 we've got no bearish gap here. Come down to the 4-hour. If we can put in a bullish gap here, I would say we're pretty good for those highs. That's what I would say. But you've done a pretty good job of getting in there anyway. You've done a pretty good job there, my dude. It's a pretty good place to be in. So yeah, good work there. Good work. Euro A. Andre, you wanted to see this? This is Euro A, looking for run to the high. Actually, to do a quick voice message, guys. 1 second. Okay, back. Plus, I have a lot of my friends in the US saying that they see Kamala like Obama, especially different race, African Americans, only people who support him or influencers that setting their narrative. People that support her or support him. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing as well, though, is this is the most backwards thing. Whether you're pink, purple, green, blue, your race and ethnicity should not come into it, because otherwise you are then being picked based off of the color of your skin, which in itself is racist. So you can't have a racist opinion of a political leader, because the idea of picking a leader is not off of what color their skin is or their ethnicity. It's how well they're going to run your country. So if you're more worried about the appearance of someone, you shouldn't be allowed to vote anyway. That's just my opinion. Votes should be cast based off of real statistics. It's kind of like a trading system. Would you trade a system because it looks good on your chart or because it works? That's the difference, right? Be realistic. Come on, America. Let's be realistic. But at the same time, I don't really think it matters who votes for who. For all we know, the votes could go into the box one colour and come out another. We don't know. Okay, let's see here. Oh well. Yeah, so main elements to focus on have already been covered. We're looking for an FEG to the upside. We've got an alert on Euro. We've got an alert on NAS. We've got an alert on Euro. We've got an alert on AU. Everything we have is alerted, so we have nothing to do right now. If you were in the US, who do you vote for? I would vote for Donald Trump. The reason for that, again, regardless of who he is as a person, regardless of, and the same goes for Kamala, regardless of whatever it is, right? If you sit down or if you put them to, if you have both of them interviewed by different people, there'll be a question like, what will you do differently, or what will you do whatever. Kamala only seems to bring like the most random stories into a question and be like, try and make everyone relate to her, and then she starts laughing and stuff, whereas Donald will be like, immediately answer the question and take a grilling if he doesn't do a good job of it. So on paper, and again, on paper is the way it should be, he's going to be doing things that are better for the economy in the long run, and better for the global economy in the long run. It might not meet the green agenda, it might not meet the woke agenda, but it is going to work for the country. Kamala, on the other hand, is, in my opinion, instead of going for what is going to work best for the country, she's going for what's going to win votes. Which, winning votes is great, but it's not a popularity contest about who has the most friends. It's about who is going to benefit the economy and the country the most. That's the basis of it, right? It is a popularity contest, but it's not a popularity contest in terms of who has the most amount of friends wins, because I look at it like this as well. If this party that Kamala is running for bear in mind, guys, Kamala Harris has been doing her thing for how many months now? Joe Biden, you haven't seen him for months doing anything. He is still apparently running the country. Apparently, he's still running the country, but he was so unfit that they have to put her in a position where they're like, oh, he's not working, swap him out. So for a party that is willing to just do that and say, oh, Joe's unwell, well, I'm sorry, but if he's unwell, he shouldn't be running the country. Right? Like, that dude can't even tie his shoes, let alone, make any decisions. So it becomes a very sticky one, that the fact that party were willing to let Joe wander around the stage and these press conferences and stuff and pretend that he's the one in charge. That in itself showed you, the kind of thing they're hiding. Whereas I think the whole time that Trump was in charge, he was diffusing global tensions with like Russia and things like that. There was no wars during the time of him being in charge. And it's just a totally different outcome for both. But this is what I've said before, I don't think it really matters too much what we think. It doesn't matter. I think voting, to be honest, is just the illusion of choice. I said this yesterday in the live stream. We just still have no alerts going off. How's your family growing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, doing so good. Thank you for asking. Doing so good. So, Hudson, my son, he is 5 months, 12 days today. He has 2 teeth. He's eating 2 little meals per day, like little porridges and stuff. My partner Charlie's fine. She's doing really well. My son George is at secondary school now. He's doing really well as well. Um, they are doing amazing, thank you. And I'm doing great. How about yourself? I hope everyone's doing well on your end, Martin. Obviously, I know we spoke about the flood earlier, but I hope everyone's good on your side. 1 second, guys. I just got to take this phone call. I'll be right back. If you remember, all of our charts and ideas have alerts on, so if those alerts go off, we're ready. I'm back. Apologies, guys. That's just my partner video calling me. Great to hear. Family is amazing. It always gives me the joy and strength to keep doing what we do. Yeah, of course, man. That's the main thing, right? Gold spread doubles. Look like some movement in the markets. Yeah, I think we are getting some movements coming in here. Gold spread has doubled, but we're also still pretty quiet right now. You know, nothing too crazy. Euro still sitting in the middle of that range. Euro N still sitting pretty much the same spot. Euro G literally been going sideways. Was she checking on results? Nah. She was ringing to show me Hudson. She got him a new hat. They were out. She's taking him for like a weigh-in checkup kind of thing today, and she's gone out shopping beforehand. So we went and got him a little hat, and she was like, "Oh, look at this." Funny. But when I was a kid, I had like a notoriously large head, like just big-headed kid. Like not so much now. I've grown into it now, but it's just a big-headed kid, and unfortunately, that's one of the genes that I've passed on to him. So he now has the same traits. So she was telling me how she had to get like a bigger size for him so he could fit his nugget. Yeah, it made me laugh. So, in terms of the MyFX books, it says presidential election today. And then it says 12 o'clock. So I don't know if they've just 12 o'clock midday. Don't know if they're just averaging that. Do you still longboard? Yes, sir. Yeah, I love that thing. My longboard's great. I love it. Yeah, it's so good. The only thing is, it's once it gets to this sort of time of the year, it rains a lot, and obviously it's not designed to be used in the wet. Like, it is relatively waterproof. Remember your accent? Oh yeah. Dude, I messed myself up. I messed myself up bad. I fully recovered from that though. And it made me, this is the thing, it's kind of like making a bad mistake in trading. It made me a better trader. It made me a better rider, because I now know, like, you make a mistake, you're going to feel the pain. So I'm a lot more, I wouldn't say more cautious, but I'm a lot more mindful. Yeah, I had a hole in my hand. Yeah, I've still got like a flat spot from that. Um, there is no long-term effect from it, thank God. But yes, I was pretty messed up, to be honest with you. I have scars up my back. I have a hole. Yeah, I had a hole in my hand and a hole in my elbow. Because you remember, there was a few people that I was sending the image to on Discord, and Discord actually blocked me from sending the image because it said it was a bullet wound. When it wasn't. It was like a big chunk of meat off of my elbow. Yeah, so no permanent damage, but I've got scars all up my arm from it. I've got a permanent patch on my arm that doesn't tan, like a road rash. So yeah, good times. But they are reminders that if you get too carried away with anything, this is the way I look at it. You get too carried away with anything, you could end up doing more damage than good. So it's exactly the same as anything in life. Yeah, it was pretty grim, to be honest, Martin. Pretty grim. The fact that there's no alerts going off really is one of the main points here that everybody has to think about. Is a lot of people will come, join the stream, see there's nothing really going on, and leave. These are the people that unfortunately never be able to consistently take themselves away from the market environment when it's not ready for them to trade. These are the hunters. These are the hunters of the market, and you guys are the hunters in the right context. These guys are the hunters in the wrong context. Imagine soon you will be able to ride with two boys. Yeah, dude, Hudson is trading's like fishing, exactly. And this is another thing as well. I would like to think, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'd love to know what you guys are actually doing. But most of the people that are regular traders here, that join my live stream on a regular basis, that use the system and the principles that we teach, you will join the live stream, and if you're not busy, you'll stay in here. But I imagine you probably just have me in the background, and you'll be doing other things. And then when it comes to a time where I'm like, oh, this, we'll look at it and we'll see what happens, and we'll wait, and then we'll do the same thing. We're not literally staring at the chart being like, oh, this is so boring, show me something, because we know that there's nothing to see. All of the learning is done within the live environment and within the content that we provide outside of the live streams, right? Posted Euro A trades in Discord. Oh, okay, cool. Let's have a look. Ugh. That's pretty disgusting, Andre. 1 hour, 15 minute. Wow. That's clean, dude. Love that. That is clean. I mean, it's disgusting. Well, it's clean. So, actually posted a couple reels over, well, not over the weekend, but I posted a couple of reels that they're sort of first versions of this kind of reel. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to show you. I'll post you. Yeah, all good, Martin. Yeah. Also, we posted a VIP video this morning. So this is the stream, not the stream, the video we posted. Now, the only thing I'm not too sure on is the pixelation on the screen. Not really a massive fan of that. So, we'll see. But go over and check that out. Let me know what you think. The audio is also not really that great, to be honest. Literally no alerts or anything going off right now. This is honestly a pretty quiet session. I think this is the quietest session we've had. Is it posted in Discord? It's not, but it is now. In the Forex chat. I just posted it. I'll be back in a second. I'm back. Apologies, guys. Oh, so quiet. It's like the night before Christmas. Not even a mouse. Not even a mouse. Hmm. So, if there's any viewers right now that aren't already subscribed, then a subscribe would be amazing. We would appreciate that. Oh, yes, sir. I think it's getting to that time, isn't it? Getting to that time. I think we're going to play one game of Wordle, 2 games of Wordle, maybe even best of 3. We're going to play a couple games of Wordle, right? And then I think we will end up. You know what I might do actually? 1 second, guys. Let me get rid of this. Let's make it a little bit more ergonomic. Excuse me. Let's make it a little bit more ergonomic for you. I'm saying ergonomic, but it actually makes 0 effect for you because you guys aren't using anything. So we'll just have it as a little bit smaller and a little bit more out of the way. There we go. So we can still see the market, everything going on. Well, all of the stuff that isn't happening, and we can see Wordle, and we can tune in for this for a couple of games right here. So let's start as we always do with a trading related word. Okay, so pretty good start. We know that we have RA as our start. No N, no G, no E. So I'm thinking the first thought that came to mind was Rabble. But it's got an E at the end, so that's not going to work. Just public service announcement. I am dyslexic, so the dyslexic trader playing Wordle is not necessarily going to be the easiest watch for many of you. But try not to be too hard. So, straight away I was like, ranch? No. Um, Crafts? No. Okay, well, at least we eliminated some more words. Rapid. Oh. Okay. Surely I has to come after, right? Oof. Jesus. Uh, Ray. Word, isn't it? Yeah. I've because of I sound like an infant. I literally am just making noises at the screen. Um, so it can't be here. So it has to be here or here, which makes you think it's more likely sitting here, right? So hmm, words that end with an I start with an RA. Um, hmm. Give me time. Give me time. I'm not looking at chat right now, so give me time. See if I can get this. I think I need to eliminate whether it sits here or at the end, to be honest. Um, I was going for rails, but it can't be rails. Hmm. We're just gonna go rails anyway. No, so it sits at the end. Okay, that's changed the ball game. X X I. Okay. Hmm. I think I'm gonna have to give up on this one. What does this word mean? Oh, rabbi. Oh yeah, I knew that. Yeah. Yep. Right, let's start again. Trading related word. Straight away, the R and the A again. Okay, so oh, Big brain. Exactly. Okay, so let's go. Hmm. Trying to think of a word that's going to cover a lot of bases here. Go for we're gonna go for. I was thinking plans, but an I and an S in that, so that's not gonna. Lanes is also not gonna work because S. Ooh. One second, guys. Right, I'm back. I need to sort this chair out. It's so noisy. Right, wait. Swing. Oh yeah. What about needy? Okay. I'm guessing the end's at the end. Well, I mean, it might not be. It has to be though, right? Rents. Back. feel like this is really easy and I'm just being stupid. Either in the middle or at the end. I don't think it's the second letter. So bones can't be bones. You know. Giving up. This is not the game for me. Ironic, right? Okay. Close that down. I'm gonna go over to LinkedIn here. LinkedIn have a couple of interesting games. And the reason why people are probably thinking, why are we playing games? Well, there's nothing happening in the market right now, so we need to find something to keep us in a state of concentration without relaxing too much, but without actually putting in any excessive chart time, which is what we're doing right now. So this game is a little bit more, I was gonna say a little bit more my style. Well, I'll give you a hint. There's no words. So this is, I believe it's called Kings or Queens. You see the crown right here. It has to be, it's kind of like solitaire in the way it works. It has to be one in each color, and they can't occupy the same rows. So it has to be one in purple. I think I can delete that. And that's your starting point. One in purple, one in orange, but they can't occupy the same rows. Okay? The easiest way to work it out, I find, is you know that we can't run here or here, right? So just go there. Can't go next to each other, so just go there. All right. Same with this. We know that we can't go next to this, and we can't go there or there, so we just go there. This, we go here. Already got one in here. Can't run that, so that can go here, here. Can't go, so we know that we have to space one of these out this to work. By that, it means this has to go. No, this has to go here. This has to go here. This has to go here. Can mark points. Oh, I nearly done that. That was close. I nearly done that. So I want that space. For that to happen, this needs to be shuffled, this needs to be shuffled, and this needs to be shuffled. Means I can't move this. That has to come into this kind of area. That can't be the case. That can't be here. That point is a very mind cracking game, if you were. So both of these points have to be filled. Either of these have to be filled. So it kind of puts this in an area where these 2 points have to be exempt somewhat. So because of this as well, we know that if we put a place here and here, it blocks all 3 of these lanes. So it blocks all 3 of these lanes. So we know that this has to go, in theory, in the lower level. This has to go in the lower level. This has to stay open for this to go here. This also has to come into this area. And then we can start to work out where the green's going to go. The green has to go in where start to see problem. Green is going to go here. Done. That is a good game for your brain right there. That flexes your brain. The only thing I wish I could play again. Can't play again. Bye. Don't know if that's a good result or not. Not sure what this is. You? Move no more than 2 moons or 2 space or horizontal space. Therefore, the cell must be a what? Nah, not feeling that. Tango? No bueno. So, yeah, Queens is a good one. I like Queens. Game. Oh, the market's so slow right now, guys. So painfully slow. Like, we're seeing the shift we want to see, not from the point we want to see it from. Remember, guys, if you haven't already hit that like button, I would appreciate a little thumbs up. We love it. Remember as well, if you are new here, it's all about patience. It's all about being realistic where you're going to take a trade from, waiting, and then pouncing when the time is right. So we've decided that we're not happy with our business cards. We think we're going to get a reprint or a redesign because it's just not up to standard. We need high quality. We're not looking for some cheapo. You know, we didn't go with Vistaprint for price. We went with them because they have a good reputation. But turns out they're not as great as we thought. See what's Andre got going on here then. Staying down bullish, then going long. Potentially, my friend, that is a very potential setup there. I like that. Very high potential, sorry, not just very potential, that doesn't make sense. Very high potential. Ooh, okay, right. We have a new one right here, which is on a different website, but it's bigger. What's that, Andre? Is that the Euro AUD? Yes, my friend. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. It doesn't give you a hint to start, which is fine. So we're just running it straight off the bat. I don't know how well I'm going to do here. But let's see. I do it. That's it, isn't it? Wait. Is that not done? I don't understand how that's not done. What? What? Hold on a minute. Makes no sense. I don't understand this game. Is it not meant to tell you? That's broken, dude. Okay, that's broken right there. Yeah, I was referring to the Euro trade. Looks pretty good. What? Game is so broken. Hmm. Okay. Me. So honestly, nothing going on. Literally zero. We're seeing the moves we want to see, like the downwards move, but we're not seeing price action get to the point we want to sell it from. Very slow right now. So slow. Okay. Hmm. Anyone taken anything today? If you're trading on like the 1 minute, then you probably have, but Hey guys, I think we're going to head over to the Discord here in a second. I don't want this to be a big old live stream of nothing. So I think we're going to head over to the Discord very shortly. Remember, you can join the Discord with the link down below, so don't hesitate to join if you would like to join. Very, very slow. Okay, guys, well, as it stands, you guys know exactly what we want to see from all of our pairs. We've marked them up, we've spoke about them, we've given our opinion and the possible outcomes for the upcoming election and the moves that could possibly follow this afternoon. So please make sure that you apply a similar principle to your trade ideas. Make sure you stay safe within the market, especially in the times that there could be potential volatility. Currently in the Bitcoin long. Love to hear it. Let's have a look. Bitcoin long and Euro AED short. Let's see the Bitcoin long from here. Of course, Martin, no problems at all. It's, to be honest, if there was a bit more going on, I'd be more inclined to stay on the YouTube live stream. But because it's so quiet, I don't want this to just be a live stream of nothing. I thought, you know, play a couple games, maybe the market will pick up. Turns out apparently not. So let's head over to the Discord. Obviously, if you guys are in the Discord, you can join me there and we'll carry on where we are. It's just I know in the Discord that you guys are happy just chilling. I don't want new members, well not new members, but new YouTube viewers coming and being like, this is fucking boring. So yeah, that is the main reason really. But appreciate everyone for joining today. Thank you everyone that gave their opinions on the US election, gave their opinions on the outcome and the possibilities. Also to everyone that gave their ideas and everyone that's just spoken in general in the chat, you know, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. You know, it's really good to see the community coming together, conversing and talking about things. Trump, let's go. Very good. Yeah, let's see. Set a limit order on the 1 hour order block. 1 a.m. ish running still. Yeah, it's running beautifully, man. Keep it up, Andre. Doing really, really well. So we're going to head over now to the Discord. For anyone that's just joining, if you want to continue this live stream with us, then head over to the Discord with the link down below. And you can do that in the public floor that we will be in very shortly. So I appreciate everybody. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. And whether you're brand new here or a long-term member, I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in tomorrow's live stream, or I'll see you in the Discord in a few minutes' time. Peace and love, guys, and have a great rest of your day.